Hello, I'm Tracy. You might have met me in my previous video, whatever this is. And I thought that I had so many kind words of encouragement, I've decided to talk some more about my autistic brain and the way I see things. If me talking about this helps more girls and more women not to have to wait over 50 years to recognise themselves, then it's worth the risk of me embarrassing myself. And I was thinking, I find myself talking lots about the difficulties and the challenges that my brain has had to face. And while those struggles are ever present, there are loads of positives about my non-stop brain. Because I don't understand this planet, I'm always trying to study it and to learn. I never want to miss a thing. And then I probably want to tell you about it. You know, I look around and I think, wow, it's all amazing, isn't it? I think that my brain is wired wonderfully, so it's perpetually looking and learning. What's next? What's new today? Why is it like that? Why did that happen? Tell me about yourself. Tell me about the mountains and the stars. Tell me about Love Island. No, not that one. To me and my neurodiverse brain, I see and hear and feel that everything is new and everything is special and everything is worthy of awe and wonder. I never pass by a building without noticing the design and the architecture. I see the people whose lives reside within and I wonder about them and their stories. I watch the river and the ripples and I see history in the ebb and flow. I bow down with respect that I know nature craves. To me, the mountains are all-seeing and all-powerful. Knowing that we are kind of insignificant in their eyes, I love that. They were here before us and they stay firm long after I'm gone, you know? I like that. I don't want to waste a moment. The world is still turning and so my thoughts are still flowing. How could it be any other way? But my neurodiverse brain might show you something new. It might make you see something differently. It might make you stop and see the old lady struggling with her shopping, the homeless man who doesn't see the sense in being here, or the children playing with the blank pages of their book that is not yet written. I really don't mind that you don't think as much as me, so please try not to mind that I do. The D in ASD, as far as I'm concerned, is for different and daring and driven and dynamic. It's not for disorder or disability. I mean, my brain can become disordered and can present as a disability, but only because of the external expectations that come with misunderstanding. If we start to change the perceptions, create understanding so we can be accommodated and start embracing our differences, then my positive Ds will shine through. Saying that, if you're comforted by the words disorder and disability, oh my goodness, you should use them. We all cope differently with diagnosis and with the realisation of, so that's why I do that and this and why that happened. If disability helps with support and understanding, well, fab. If taken willingly, well, then why not? But if forced upon us in a non-consenting way, then I have to ponder what to do about this. Who's decided the standard brain? And why? Everyone is different. Hurrah for that! And if we are a different kind of different, well then surely even more hurrah. We just extended different and made it even more, different. If this was a sweet shop, for example, we would be overjoyed that the choices extend well beyond the barley sugars, surely. Who wants a menu with the same 2 dishes that they've ordered time and time again? And sorry, no offence, some people do want that, but in the main, I guess lots of us don't. And I don't, and I'm only talking about me. So, I think I want a menu that gives me an overwhelming amount of choice. I want cuisines from around the world with myriads of flavours and colours. To me, the world would be a very boring place if we all only ate jacket potatoes. I mean, I love jacket potatoes, but only when I make them into my own special fluffy jackets. This is what I do. I take the mash out, I mix it with cheese, butter, sweet corn, maybe pancetta for other people, not for me. Then I dollop it all back in. Years ago, I was invited to submit a recipe for the village book. Seriously. All of the other women submitted French classics and Viennese whirls or something similar. I totally missed the point, of course. I gave them a scruffy bit of paper entitled Fluffy Jacket by Tracy. I then explained in detail how to make a jacket potato. And my family laughed, but there was not so much hilarity from the coven of women running the village hall. Anyone of my age who watched the Fast Show will recognise this. I am always the character saying, I'll get my coat. But who I really am is, I've decided that I am Griff the Arcanan. This is what it's like. It's like being Griff the Arcanan. And with this, I'm able to explain myself better to my family, actually. Even the hat, especially the hat. He's an alien in Men in Black. He's super anxious, but he's able to see multiple possibilities for every scenario and then to worry about them. That sounds familiar. Existing on a planet where you nearly look the same until he takes the hat off and then you see inside his brain. Me again. There seems to be another myth-type misconception and misunderstanding about routines and regimented behaviour. And here comes the disclaimer. Some people love their routines and some are fixated by them and some are probably stuck in them or liberated by them. How do I know? I know about my autistic brain and the way that I see it. That's all. How could it ever be any more or less than that? And I'm not going to apologise for the way I see it because that's just how it is for me. And in talking about this, I'm hoping that some will resonate, some might enliven and some might educate. And if nothing else, I get the feeling that my Facebook friends are watching and saying, that's why she's like she is. We all knew she was an alien, but Griff, you say? Tell me more. I'm not fixated by a routine or a schedule or a possible problem. I'm obsessed with all of them. There is a marvellous book by Dr. Camilla Pang in which she tries to explain being human. I'm not trying to use the word tries to suggest her writing isn't good, it's amazing, but by that I mean that she attempts to unravel the unfathomable. She describes her autistic brain as being more like a tree, and the myth seems to be that we have one idea in one box and we take it everywhere with us. In my experience, it's actually neurotypicals who do the same thing over and over and stick to the same beliefs without question, whereas Camilla suggests that her thoughts run along different branches and then into twigs and leaves and all entwine back and forth, reaching further out with each new possibility. So when you live like I do on an alien planet without a map or a guidebook, you have to plan much more thoroughly and carefully. You have to envisage everything that could go wrong, everything that could go right, and then have an escape plan for when it doesn't. Anyone who spent time with me, they know that everything will be planned to precision. They often say they have a better time because the train was booked and breakfast was at the right time to allow us a leisurely walk to the station. The theatre was planned with seats accessible to the toilet, obviously, and interval drinks ordered. Any restaurant is booked based on the culinary preferences of the guests that I will have already found out. And a request has been sent to ask that the table not be next to the toilets or the door. This is not because I am fixated on any of these particular things, but I need there to be a thing. I can't just venture out into the unknown. Every minute of every day is a maelstrom of unknown for me. And if some of the things can be in place to keep me just slightly grounded, then that's why they're there. There's this, apparently, unbelievably, neurotypicals have a hidden intuition, and so they kind of already know stuff. This is fascinating to me, and I am definitely going to think about that next time. But for now, if you have taken the time to get to the end again, then thank you. If you'd like to share any experiences or comment or ask me a question, that would be lovely. And if any neurotypicals want to share theirs, then that can only help us all. See you soon.